Okay, today we're going to focus on absolute phrases. It's good to learn about this simply because you see absolute phrases in all literature and they're really quite common. So let's recap what we learned in the last class. We learned that a noun phrase is a phrase, so it doesn't have a subject and a verb. It's not a clause, although it might have a clause inside it. And I'll write one in a second that does. But a noun phrase is a phrase where the head word is a noun. So here are two examples. A large man with a square jaw. And what you see with this whole noun phrase is that the head word is the word man. Yeah, this is the head word. And we say it's the head word because all the other words describe that man. He's a large man, he's a man with a square jaw. And what we can say about this is that it's a prepositional phrase. Yeah, it starts with a preposition, the preposition with, and we know with is a preposition because it's always followed by a noun and it sets up a relationship to that noun. But this is a prepositional phrase functioning like an adjective. So we could call this an adjectival phrase. Certainly it is an adjectival phrase. It describes man. Okay, so this is a noun phrase because the head word is a noun. And I want to say one more thing about an ordinary noun phrase. And that is, it is always the subject of a verb or the object of a verb or the object of a preposition. Okay, that's what a noun phrase is. It's always it's doing one of those three jobs, or maybe it's standing in apposition to the subject of the verb or the object of the verb or the object of a preposition like door, yeah, with through. Okay, so that's what a noun phrase does. It does one of those jobs. So if I've got something like a large man with a square jaw, I can make it the subject of a verb. I can say a large man with a square jaw came through the door. Yeah, that would be the subject of the verb came. A large man with a square jaw came through the door. But I could make it the object of a verb. I could say I saw a large man with a square jaw. Or I could make it the object of a preposition, like I talked to a large man with a square jaw, and that would be the object of the preposition to. Okay, and I can do exactly the same with the second one. The haunted house deep in the woods. Deep in the woods describes where the house was. Haunted describes the house. The article the is also a describing word. And so house is the head word, it's the head noun, and this will be the subject of a verb or the object of a verb or the object of a preposition, just like that one was. Okay, or maybe it stands in apposition to the subject or the object of the verb or the object of a preposition. Okay, that's what a noun phrase is. Adjectival phrase is any phrase where the head word is an adjective. So in other words, adjectival phrases describe noun phrases. And I'm actually going to write that because maybe that's clearer. They don't just describe nouns, adjectival phrase describes noun phrases. Yeah, and so it can describe any kind of noun phrase, an adjectival phrase. So, you could say waiting on the corner, comma, a large man with a square jaw, and then waiting on the corner is an adjectival phrase describing a large man with a square jaw. It's describing what he was doing. And so adjectival phrases are very often participle phrases, but they don't have to be formed from the verb. They don't have to be participles like waiting or wait.